Let's talk about QuickBooks Self-Employed because you hear a lot of buzz, a lot of pros and cons. People talk about stuff, and a lot of folks have no idea what they're talking about. So in today's conversation, I really want to clarify everything for everybody. I want to crystallize the conversation around QuickBooks Self-Employed. So here's the overview I want you to really pay attention to. So when you think about QuickBooks Self-Employed, this is basically an online accounting tool specifically for freelancers, solopreneurs, independent contractors, and sole proprietors. So if you are in that category, you will really love QuickBooks Self-Employed. Okay, and so one thing I want to say is that if you are, let's say you are a single member LLC, you are a single member S corporation, you are a contractor, you will. So this is the target audience for QuickBooks Self-Employed. In addition to tracking your expenses and invoices, the software automatically tracks your mileage, allows you to easily pay quarterly taxes, generate financial reports, and can assign expenses to Schedule C categories. Okay, and what I want to say here is that when we talk about QuickBooks Self-Employed, we are speaking about a series of pros, but also cons. Let's quickly go through that. What are the advantages and disadvantages of QuickBooks Self-Employed? So here are a few pros that we really believe are prominent. So you have easy to use. Ease of use is really fantastic. UX and UI when it comes to QuickBooks Self-Employed, fantastic. You have automatic mileage tracking. You have affordability in terms of like if you want to have like personalized bookkeeping support, this is affordable. Okay, so QuickBooks is really giving you some kind of I would say flexibility here. So we love that a lot. So that's for most of the pros. What about the cons here? Well, it's not suitable for growing businesses. I mean, of course, it's self-employed. So once you start scaling, you have to really switch to another QuickBooks accounting software, or you have to basically switch to another provider altogether. And you cannot migrate QuickBooks Self-Employed to a system with double entry accounting. This is so important, okay? And it's more expensive than top competitors such as Wave Accounting, for example, or even Xero for that matter, okay? Boss, welcome back to the show. So really a pleasure to have you here. And we're having a quick convo today about QuickBooks Self-Employed. And one thing I want to say here is that overall, when you think about QuickBooks Self-Employed, it is for the self-employed. Okay, and you cannot, if you were to grow later on, you have a larger business and you want to migrate it, it's not going to work. Okay, so choose wisely. So I want to talk to you about the steps. Okay, the thing I want to say, it's really important to make sure you understand that when we talk about QuickBooks Self-Employed, this is a tool that's designed to help freelancers and sole proprietors keep tabs on income, expenses, and tax obligations. Okay, so you simply swipe left to mark a transaction as business versus personal and categorize it to align with IRS filing categories. This is kind of cool. And the web and app-based service works well for people with side hustles or those just starting down the self-employment track. But it will not scale with your business. I want to insist on that. QuickBooks Self-Employed will not scale with your business, and so switching services could prove a hassle. Okay, so if you want to, our advice to you is you want to skip the self-employed version and go straight to QuickBooks Online if you think you will outgrow QuickBooks Self-Employed's basic reports and features. Okay, so when you think about QuickBooks Self-Employed, think about the fact that you have a price that starts at around $15 per month. You can receive 15% off the first 3 months. And the maximum number of user, 1. So it's only you. It's for self-employed, okay? Of course, you can send email invites to your accountant, not a problem, or your CPA, not a problem. But the thing is that it's not very easy to scale. You will need to switch services as your business grows. You can upgrade to QuickBooks Online, but you may need to manually move your data. Is this what you want to really do? I don't think so. So really think deep before you make a decision, okay? And it's really easy to use, yes, of course. Once you get the hang of setting rules to automate expense tracking, everything runs smoothly. Now, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about QuickBooks Self-Employed. Here is let's say a granular review, so you have a clear idea what you're getting yourself into if you go with QuickBooks Self-Employed. Okay. Now you do have one thing you need to understand here is that if you're trying to segregate between personal and business accounts, you will love QuickBooks. You will love this tool. this QuickBooks Self-Employed. Okay, you will actually you are able to categorize transactions. You're able to track your expenses. The thing is, once you connect your accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and PayPal, you can easily see all of your income and expenses in one place. You'll need to invest some time in organizing those transactions, though, at least at the onset. And you can do this one of two ways: manually assign income and expenses as business or personal and categorize them, or create rules to automate the process. So beyond tracking and categorizing expenses, you can log mileage and calculate relevant deductions too. You can also create, send, and track invoices via QuickBooks Self-Employed, though the service allows minimal customization and doesn't support estimates. So yeah, and this tool can also produce the following business reports: so mileage log, profit and loss, receipts, tax summary, and tax details. So what is the added value here? So when you think about QuickBooks Self-Employed, I mean, this tool does a lot of things when it comes to helping you segregate your personal affairs from your business affairs. Okay, and the thing is, you can also have you can automate transactions if you can automate transactions if you set it, if you do things the right way, and you are able to also simplify your taxes. In our view, those are important I would say regulatory documentation requirements that really help, because if you're able to separate your your personal accounting from your business accounting, then you are really in compliance with the IRS, with the IRS, right? So simply swipe left for business. So using the QuickBooks Self-Employed app, you quickly mark income and expenses as business or personal with a swipe of your finger. You can also split transactions by percentage or dollar amount, designating a portion as business versus personal. Okay, and now if you had enough with swiping, you can set rules to automatically assign and categorize transactions. And you can tell QuickBooks that deposits from, let's say, a specific clients, for example, should always be marked as business income, or that transaction at Staples or Costco should always be designated as business office expenses. And rules can be applied retroactively, and you can also mark a specific bank account as mostly business to take some of the legwork out of organizing your books. What I'm trying to say here is that let's say automating things in QuickBooks Self-Employed can be a little tedious at the beginning, but once you really have done things, you set things properly, it really runs smoothly, not a problem at all. And you can also set it and forget it mileage deductions. So no need to manually calculate mileage deductions for every work-related trips. And what will happen here is that QuickBooks Self-Employed will automatically do the math for you using the current IRS mileage rate. Just opt into mileage tracking via the app to automatically log all of your car travel. You can then mark which trips were business related, and QuickBooks keeps a running tally of business miles and the corresponding deduction. And you can also manually enter trips using the app or web service. And some users reports issues with missed trips and inaccurate mileage tracking. So keep tabs on your trip log to ensure precise records. And so you can also categorize expenses. You can simplify taxes. So overall, when you think about the added value here, this is what I want you to think about. Now, there are a few things I want to mention. So if you are going to use QuickBooks Self-Employed, there are a lot of things you need to pay attention to. So first of all, the tool does not accommodate multiple businesses. So right now, if you are, let's say you have you are like a serial entrepreneur, right? You have a lot of gigs going on, a lot of businesses, and you want to use QuickBooks Self-Employed for all those businesses, it's not going to work. It's just a lot better to switch to QuickBooks Online. It's just a lot better. You have more flexibility there. You have more scalability potential there. Okay, so entrepreneurs with more than one company need to create and pay for a separate QuickBooks Self-Employed account for each business. This is true with QuickBooks Online as well, but with that version, you can use a single login and toggle between your businesses. So since QuickBooks Self-Employed doesn't have that feature, you have to maintain separate emails and login info. This means what? It means that, for example, let's say when you want to switch between accounts, you need to log out of one account, then log into the other. Okay, so this is, I mean, maybe for you it's not really a big deal, but for some people it's really complicated. Especially, let's say you have 5 different businesses. Can you imagine you have to really come up with 5 different emails, maybe 5 different Gmail accounts? And then you have to create 5 different profiles. And then if you want to, let's say you want to review all of your 5 businesses in one sitting, you have to really switch from one account to another. This could be a little tedious. I mean, at least for our team members, when we tried it out, it could be a little tedious. Maybe for you, it's not, but yeah. So just think about that. And it's very difficult to scale. I know I've been saying this throughout this show, but I want to reiterate it because I don't want people to be confused and to say, well, I didn't know about this part, whatever. No. It is very, 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 very difficult to scale. If you go with QuickBooks Self-Employed, you're not going to be able to scale. The tool does not have multiple tiers that you can grow into. Instead, when you outgrow the service, you need to switch solutions. So doing so can be complicated, even if you stay within the QuickBooks universe. You may need to manually move your data by exporting, then importing data into your new QuickBooks account. And mileage data cannot be imported into a new QuickBooks account. So you will need to manually add each trip. So this is something you need to really pay attention to. Now, you cannot revert back to QuickBooks Self-Employed if you make the move to QuickBooks Online. So it's really important. So once you go from self-employed to online, you can't go back. What about the pricing here? Let's have a conversation about the pricing. So when you think, you can see on the screen here. So one thing I want to say here is that as of the date of this show, you can get 50% off any QuickBooks Self-Employed subscription for the first 3 months. This is kind of cool. Okay, so in terms of pricing here, you have the Self-Employed where they charge you $15 per month. So here you can automatically track mileage, separate business and personal expenses. You can automatically calculate quarterly estimated taxes. You can organize expenses into Schedule C categories. You can send and track basic invoices. This is really cool. And you have the self-employed tax bundle that will cost you about $25. So here you have the core plan features. Plus, you can pay quarterly taxes online with QuickBooks. You can import data into a TurboTax. You have one state and one federal tax return filing included. And then you have the self-employed live tax bundle. Those will cost you about $35 a month. You have the tax bundle features plus access to TurboTax live experts, and you have a CPA review your tax return. So this is you can see here the constellation of services offered here. And by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about QuickBooks Self-Employed. This is an in-depth review of QuickBooks Self-Employed, the tool, so you have a clear idea. So when you close your eyes, somebody would ask you, what is the pricing when it comes to QuickBooks Self-Employed? You have three plans. You have the self-employed tax bundle, and then you have the self-employed live tax bundle. Okay, now you just got to ask yourself what's really better for you and what kind of needs you have right now. So the self-employed plan lets you keep your business and personal expenses separate. So you'll be able to connect your business credit card to automatically track transactions. And the accounting software will also help you maximize your Schedule C deductions and will automatically calculate your quarterly tax estimates. Now, the self-employed tax bundle is one tier up, right? So this plan comes with a subscription to TurboTax, so you can file one state tax return and a federal tax return directly from your account. And this plan is ideal for those who want to integrate their tax filing with their accounting software. And then you have the self-employed live tax bundle is the best option if you want live tax support. So for an additional $11 to $15 per month, you will have unlimited access to a CPA to answer tax questions throughout the year. So, and you'll also be able to have your final tax return reviewed by a professional. So this plan is great for business owners who want to be able to ask an accountant for support when questions come up. Let's talk about the rivals, because QuickBooks Self-Employed is not the only player in this field when it comes to solopreneurs. When it comes to, let's say, single member LLCs, you have a lot of players out there. So I want to quickly compare and contrast two other players here. I want to contrast Wave Accounting, FreshBooks to QuickBooks Self-Employed. So when we think about free trial, of course, you have a 30-day free trial in QuickBooks Self-Employed, something that you also have in FreshBooks. In Wave Accounting, it's just free. So the invoicing software and the accounting software are both free. So basically, right off the bat, Wave Accounting is way better than QuickBooks and FreshBooks. Is there a free version of QuickBooks? No, there's no free version of QuickBooks, and neither is for FreshBooks. You do have a free version for Wave Accounting. In terms of the starting price, it's $15. It's the same price you have with FreshBooks, and for Wave, everything is free. The number of user, you have one user in all three of them. One user. Now, if you want for FreshBooks, if you want to add another, let's say you want to add a user, you have to pay $10 extra for each additional user. And do you have a live bookkeeping support? Well, if you go with the tax bundle, the live tax bundle, yes, because then you have to pay $35 per month. And the thing is, if you want the live bookkeeping support, you get it for like $149 per month through Wave. So Wave, the software is free, but if you need bookkeeping help, you have to pay for it. And FreshBooks does not offer this capability here. In terms of customer support, you have the whole 9 yards with all three players. So for QuickBooks Self-Employed, you have live chat, video tutorials, you have phone and email support, not a problem. For Wave Accounting, you have a live chat self-serve support through the Help Center and Mave, the automated chatbot. And for FreshBooks, you have a phone and email support, live chat, knowledge base, and Help Center. So this is kind of cool. So one thing I want to say here is that you got to ask yourself what's important for you, okay? And basically, if you need, just one thing I want to say here is that if you need more robust features, or you want to have a set of scalable plans, it's just a lot better to switch to QuickBooks Online or even Wave. But because QuickBooks Self-Employed is not going to give you that constellation of customizations, that constellation of features, that constellation of scalability. So what is the verdict here? So the big question is, the $1 million question here is that, is QuickBooks Self-Employed right for you or your business? Well, basically, I would say yes. We would, and we've been researching this for the last few years now, and our team is standing behind QuickBooks. The only thing is, the tool is really serving a niche. So QuickBooks Self-Employed is best suited if you're is best suited to you. If you are, let's say, a freelancer, solopreneur, or let's say you are a consultant, and you just want to have an easy to use online accounting tool to keep track of your business's finances. So given that the cost is high compared to free services like Wave, this tool is best suited for business owners who want a mileage tracker or the ability to ask a CPA accounting questions as they come up in real time. Okay, so this is really what it is. And I just want to insist, there is a difference between QuickBooks and QuickBooks Self-Employed, because the Self-Employed is designed for freelancers, solopreneurs, and independent contractors. Okay, and so if you're in that category, you want to separate your business and personal expenses, as well as basic accounting and invoicing capabilities, this is the tool for you. Now, QuickBooks Online is a separate service designed for small business owners who need more extensive features, such as double entry accounting. So if you're thinking about something that is GAAP compliance, US GAAP compliance, I would say that QuickBooks Online is better. Okay, so if you want to, like, let's say you want to maybe reach out to investors later on, or you want to get a loan, you want to have a proper set of financial statements, then you want to go with QuickBooks Online, because the Self-Employed does not offer as many features as needed when it comes to when it comes to regulatory compliance, when it comes to compliance with financial accounting and reporting rules, and so on and so forth. Okay, and the thing is that you can use QuickBooks for your home or personal expenses, such as managing groceries and other home bills, also not a problem. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was quickly talking to you about QuickBooks Self-Employed, and this was a review, an in-depth review, and I gave you an overview, the steps, the added value, the pricing, the rivals, and the verdict. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.